And how we doing, folks? Your boy Marcus over here, man. 18205, the numbers after the name. Why? Because they're cool, man. And also, man, Tight Tuesday, this series, we bring you those close encounters. Not necessarily with aliens per se, more in the video game kind of realm over here. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about, I'm playing a little close game over here on Fringe. Because maybe a lot of Fringe, man. Honestly, it's just such a good map. I should do a video on Fringe itself and what the hell makes it so good, because it's not really, and this might actually turn into that video. It's not really, I kind of had an angle I really wanted to go here, but I'm going to do a little tangent right here. Fringe isn't really the kind of map that you see and you say to yourself, it's going to be the best map in the game. I liked it from day one because I did well on the map and I kind of like the angles on it. But, you see a map like Hijacked, for example, and you kind of say to yourself, oh, this map's going to be pretty popular, 3 lanes, really short spaces, crazy shit happening all the time, big streaks, nice. See a map like Slums, and you have that same feel. You see a map like Nuketown, you're kind of like, oh, there's 3 lanes, da-da-da. You see a map like Fringe, and you're like, yeah, 3 lanes. But, man, there's a ton of other stuff going on over here, and it kind of adds to it. It kind of makes it cool that, it's 3 lanes, but... like, even this third lane right here on this side, there's 2 ways to it, and then you can cut through the building, and you can wall run everywhere, you can do this, you can do that, and damn, pretty good, man. I'm impressed by Fringe, man. Like, very good level map design, and just overall murder game, and man, I'll tell you one thing, man, I'm gonna keep saying this all month. I got some of the best Wasteland Wednesdays I may have ever put up, honestly, in my life, coming this month, man. I got a back-to-back. The Drake went back-to-back. I'm going back-to-back-to-back, man. I saw them all. I definitely recommend checking them all. I'm going to build up to it. Let the beat build. That's kind of the goal over here with these Wasteland Wednesdays. But in this case, Tight Tuesday, close gameplay. These are games that come down to the limit, to the wire, to the wall. And I want to talk a little bit about Battery here. So Battery is one of the specialists I've wrapped up about a week and a half ago. Wrapped her up a little bit, and I wanted to give her a little marinating thing. I took a little break also during the holidays. I got my wisdom teeth taken out and whatnot, so kind of some of the break was forced. But then after that, I wanted to enjoy a little time off, from the YouTube game, and also just get caught up on play some duty and put in some work, man. So I didn't get a chance to talk about Battery while I was playing with her. Battery to me is probably one of my weaker and least liked specialists. She has the War Machine. Who, pro tip right here, I never liked the War Machine in Black Ops 2, right? Let's just put that start with that. I never really cared for it. It was alright, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't great. I would never equip it, for instance. Now, there was a lot of those that I wouldn't equip just because there's better things to equip, but nonetheless, I wouldn't use it, I wouldn't equip it either. So when I heard that she had a War Machine, I was kind of like, alright, well, I don't really care about that, but don't use the War Machine. So War Machine here kind of throws like three grenades at a time. They will blow up and they will act as grenades, but I wouldn't recommend using that. Aiming at people directly and using it as, I think they give you like a splat metal or something, like they call it splat damage. You'll see them blow up instantly. So it's kind of not like a real like frag grenade. These things kind of blow people on impact. So definitely keeping a little bit of an eye over there. And notice how I managed to change over there and take down that streak real quick. One thing you got to do, man, if you're trying to stay competitive in these games, and you can never fully just trust that people are going to do it. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. It depends if you're a lobby. It depends if you're playing with friends. I know, for example, when I play with Garrett, he takes down a lot of the equipment up in the sky. So oftentimes, if I know that like he switched to his class, or I know Husan even runs, I think, a secondary that is a launcher, I won't switch to that class because I'll know that in a couple seconds they'll take it down. But when I'm playing with randoms, always have an air class. You should always have an air class. There's 2 classes you should always have in this game. Maybe even 3, you can go further down. You should have like a tac class, if you're playing I guess if you're playing like a hard point or something. But if you're playing a tactical mode where a lot of people are going to be flashing, a lot of people are going to be EMPing, you want to have a tactical class to get ready for that. If you're playing pretty much any other mode where, helicopters and stuff would be put up over there, you want to have an anti-air class, to kind of repel and to kind of just help yourself out there. One of the craziest things that Usani and I would always talk about is in Black Ops 2, the Swarm, right? Biggest streak in the game. Oh, it's crazy. Bunch of kills in the sky, blah, blah, blah. You put Blind Eye and the Swarm does nothing because it doesn't see you. So if, in essence, you put up a Swarm, the other 6 people on the team put Blind Eye on, that's it. You just render that streak useless. But like I told Usani, like in that case, you're playing against people's intelligence. And not too many bright people out there these days, man, in duty or in life, But I digress on that regard. And you want to have a Raps class in this game as well. I forget what the streak is. It's a perk 2, though, that allows you to... it allows you to not be detected by ground-based, it's probably like, I I'm not even going to venture to say which one it is. But there's a perk too there that doesn't allow you to be tracked by ground-based, or it doesn't allow you to be attacked by ground-based equipment, which includes a sentry gun, which I actually didn't even think about that, even though it completely makes sense. But it also includes the wraps. So the wraps will literally roll right by you. You'll be all in peace. It's a very good idea. Do it. Use it. And then guess what? You can actually blow up the wraps and make some points out of that. I turned the wraps to a positive. Now, I know Sonny takes down the wraps, the actual ship itself, and that's probably the better way to do it. But once again, I don't really have a secondary launcher equipped on me at all times to do that. So I kind of just use the wraps to stack up some points. I'll kill like 3 of them, put up a $150, help out the team, but also get a $150 for myself. And, you know, there's 3 less wraps over there to kill out the team. Anyway, battery after all that. So War Machine, aim directly at people. I don't think it's that good, especially compared to the other weapons like the Tempest or even the Scythe. To me, they blow them out of the water, except for the War Machine. It might be better in like not a kill confirmed, in a hardpoint or a domination, where you know people are going to be on tags or on gonna be on the little circles, man. They're going to be on the objectives and whatnot. But I don't know, not the biggest fan of it myself. And then you have the kinetic armor, right, which is interesting. You read the description, and it pretty much gives you invulnerability to bullets for a short period of time, except for headshots, right? You can still get the person off with a headshot. Seems pretty fair, seems pretty good. I like the description. Honestly, when I first heard of it, I was like, that's something I might be able to rock, you know? It's one of those perks, it's one of those, you know, kind of special abilities. I was like, you'd be able to hit that as long as it gives it to you quick enough. You'll be able to hit that maybe like 3, 4, 5 times a game, and, you know, you're in a gunfight, you maybe don't think you're winning, you boom, you tap on the kinetic armor, and there you go. Yeah, in practice, it's not as good. It goes by real quick, like real quick. You're immune. You're not immune to explosive damage, and as we saw right there, if someone when people shoot you with their bullets, so it's not like you hit it and then you know automatically 10 seconds later you're gonna stop being invincible from your head down. You hit it, and then if people shoot you like that guy did, in that case with a shotgun, he got me multiple times, they drain down your armor to the point where it's non-existent. So it's time-based in terms of a short period of time where you actually get the boost, but it's also based on whether you're getting hit or not, which will, in that case, reduce the time. Similar to how when you're doing pretty good in a game, and let's say I'm picking up a lot of tags and a lot of assists, getting a lot of kills and whatnot, my ability will come up quicker. Well, it's kind of the same drill as that. You'll get hit, and your ability to go away quicker. And that, to me, was the biggest no-no when it came to kinetic armor. I was like, all right, well, that's trash. Because guess what? What I do to other people, I shoot them. If I can't get the headshot, I literally just shoot them and say, hey, your armor is going to run out. And 8 out of 10 times, it probably works. But I still end up killing them, even with their kinetic armor, just because I shot the crap out of them and blew off their kinetic armor. That, to me, is unacceptable in a specialist. It's unacceptable. If all these specialists were whack like that, then I'd kind of be all right. But it's unacceptable when you got crazy stuff going on, man, with these specialists. When Outrider could see you through the walls, when you could glitch out of people's ways, when the Tempest could, like, murder thing, when the Scythe could just, like, literally machine gun everything around you, you can't tell me that putting on armor that gets taken away is in any way, shape, or form even like equivalent, even like in the same ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like it. I was very disappointed in it, man. I'm still kind of upset about it, and I haven't used it since because of that. I'm like, this is just not cool over here. And by the way, if you notice, we're down 10, and there's 15 tags left in this game. So I hope we turn this around, because I don't remember the end of this game, but it ain't looking good right now. Like, Marcos, this is a good time for you to put up a talent or something and put up a hater or whatnot. I'm seeing the flamethrower there. I haven't used the flamethrower yet. I'm excited to try that out. I'll tell you what, it's better than kinetic armor. Straight up without even using it, I can tell you it is. I do not like battery. I think battery is by far the weakest specialist I've played with so far. It's not even close. And I've played with all of them except for Nomad and the Fire Guy. Nomad is up there, though. Nomad's pretty whack. I started Nomad and I kind of stopped. I was like, Nomad, you're kind of whack, dude. So you managed to flip this over here at the end. Get the hate over here, and I'm hoping with these two, put the town on the hate, we're going to be able to do this. This is one of these games where the only time you lead is right at the end of the game. A couple interesting stats you hear there. Sometimes when you watch like football games, someone's like, oh, they never led the game. The Michigan State-Michigan game earlier this year, Michigan State actually never led the game because they only took the lead in overtime. It's pretty crazy. And a good time to get a merciless over here, but I'm still seeing cats getting popped left and right, and I'm like, you know what? Scoop up these tags, step up, get the kinetic armor. I'm invincible. I'm just going to keep shooting people that don't know where I am or don't look at me, because guess what? I'm not that invincible. So if you ever see someone with kinetic armor, obviously aim for the head first. But if you can't get to the headshot, just keep shooting the body a lot, and hope that you have a gun. Even that guy had a shotgun, and he had the automatic shotgun, but he still only had a shotgun. But great turnaround here at the end of this game, man. Really managed to put in that heater there at the end. We kind of kept it in striking distance, which is what you want to do when you're not having that great of a game. Just keep it in striking distance, and maybe you'll be able to get that streak going that'll set you over the top like we did in this case where we got a merciless and some change over there at the end. So your boy Marcos, Tight Tuesday. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you tune in for tomorrow for Wasteland Wednesday, though. I mean, we talking a lot of people gonna pass away tomorrow. A lot. Deuces.